Hi, I'm back again, and this is the Friday chats. Okay, and yeah, my week was, I don't know, it was a strange week, but anyway, there was a lot of breakthrough, there was judgment, there were answers that I got, and I just dealt with it with a really different way. And yes, I'm in red again, but it's a total different red shirt. Last time I had a red jumpsuit on, but I love red. And I feel good when I do these readings in red because I get a good vibration from the color red, and it brings out the energy what my guides want to get out. What I want to talk about today is death, and people don't understand what is death. People are afraid of dying, and most of the people who are afraid of dying is because they are leaving behind all their material wealth because they know that they can't take it. So what we do is that my guides have been guiding me all week to talk about debt because I'm thinking, yeah, okay, Friday evening, what are we going to talk about? And debt is just transformation. Like in the tarot card, when people see debt or you're given a reading in tarot card and people see death and they think, yeah, what is going to happen? Sometimes it can be real death of someone dying. But the tarot card never show when you yourself are going to die or something like that. It never shows that. Um, Most of the time, if people are very good, like mediums and so, we always get it. If you're doing a tarot reading and you're close to death, we always like get it. But we're not allowed to tell you because actually, it's wrong to tell someone when they're going to die because each and every one of us know when we're going to die, oh, the time, place, how. But sometimes we kind of put it at the back of our heads because we don't really want to deal with it. But death is, there's nothing to be afraid of with death because you never die. It's just the body, the licham, what we carry our soul in, it's tired, you know? And when it's tired and it's like a car. Think about the car. When a car engine doesn't work anymore, it goes to the dump where the cars go. So think of your body like that. Whenever something goes wrong, like people who have cancer, people who die, each and every one of us, the body dies, but our soul move on. And when our soul move on to a place where we go to rest, because most of the time, and like light workers, some light workers, there's so many different types of light worker that is on this earth at this time, who is helping with the time of ascension. And what happened is that we're here for different reasons. Like I know I'm a healer. There are other light workers who are here to carry the energies of the souls who stay, who don't want to move on. It's like when you watch films and they said, go to the bright light, go to the bright light. When you die, you should go to the bright light because people have so much misconcept of death. And people think, yeah, there is a heaven and a hell. No, there's not. And people can say, how can you say that? No, there is not. If you think whatever you imagine, that is what you get. If you think that there is a hell, that's what you get. But there's no heaven and hell. Heaven is actually on earth. Look at this beautiful planet. This is heaven. But we don't appreciate it until we move on and then we understand that we have wasted time on this planet and we never did what we come here for. Going back to what I was saying, death is just transformation. When we die, it's only the body, only the carcass, what we carry. Our souls go on. And then we go on because when we die, family members are always coming to meet us and greet us. family member, loved ones who have passed on before, they always come back to greet us. And they always take us to the light because they know when we're dying what we try to make peace with our soul. Sorry, I have a sweetie. Make peace with our souls. So what they do is that they come back and they bring us to where we wanted to go. And most of the time, souls who life hanging around on the hurt. And what you do is that you don't move on with the light. You stay back and you bring down the energy of the hurt. Because when you die, you should move on. And there's a whole lot of souls that are still hanging on around unhurt. They hang around in the houses that they lived in. They hang around just walking around. They make mischief. Some people use them to do negative things. And this is what we should understand. When you die and before you die, ask that you go to a resting place. Ask that you go to the pure light. When you go to the pure light, you go and you rest. After you rest, they give you time to rest because some people are so tired after they finish. Because I know for myself, sometimes I say, I'm just gonna sleep like a million years when I go back. And I miss my soul family because I am a collection. I am from like the collection there. Magenta Pixie talk about the nine, and the nine is a collection, a collective group of souls who are together. So I, I can be by myself and I don't feel alone, but I know I'm from a collection of souls. I know who I am. I know where I came from. I know I am not from this earth. Ever since I was small, I know that. So that's why I started doing research. That's why I started to find myself. That's why I started to find my true potential. Who am I? Why am I here? Because when I was small, I think, what is this? Why am I stuck here? I couldn't understand the people. I was a very strange child. I spent most of my time alone because I just wanted to understand, where is that bright light? Because I remember when I was born, I saw this bright light and I felt always so perfect, peaceful in it. And after the age of 5, I realized that the light, I could never see the light anymore. It's like light, um, um, the light left, you know. And when I had my son, I had a near death experience. And I remember I saw myself float out my body. And I was looking down and I see everything that they were doing to me. And I was like, wow, this is cool, man. But people have different kind of death experience, but mine was so beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me. And I could see the doctors, and they were calling, and that they needed blood, and they were trying to give me blood, and the doctor was saying, wake up, don't close your eyes." But anyway, it was so cool because I wanted to look. I was like over my body and seeing everything that everyone was doing, but I didn't see my body. I was just looking down at my body. So that was my soul, and that's how I understand how that we're different. We have a soul. It's like you come out of your body. And that was my soul looking down at my carcass, what was happening to me, because I was having a near death experience. And then I closed my eye. Then I just left. It's like I poof and I left, and I found myself in a galaxy just with stars and lights, and it was so beautiful. And I heard this nice chilling man voice calling, "Come home, come home." And and then and there was a star in this galaxy, and I felt so at peace. I had no more pain. It was beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever had. And I never forget, and that's it. And I think that this my near death experience was to let me know, or to give me that information that I was correct. I missed that light. And I woke up and I was telling my mom about it, and I was looking at my baby, and I was telling my mom about it, and she said, "Yes, you nearly died because you sleep for more than 24 hours." So I was like, "Oh, really?" And she says, "Yes, you had 2 points of blood and you sleep for more than 24 hours, you know." So that I think a lot of people, when they have this experience, they come back and they change their lives, and I think that that was my moment of changing my life, to understand that there was more after death. And I'm telling you, and I have been meditating and trying to go back to that point, but I can never go back to that point. So if whenever anything happened to me and then people are saying, oh, maybe you have to do an operation or something like that, and I'm like, do I have to? You know, it's not that I don't want to die, but it's so beautiful to leave and to come back. And that experience was so beautiful for me, because I realized that there was more to life, and that there was a seal. And if I was looking down at my body, I realized that that was my soul. My soul was looking down at my body. And everyone who has a death experience have different stuff. But when I started doing research about that, I realized that um, no one had what I had. So I that was my the bevestiging. That was the point that I realized that I was really different. I was not from this planet. I came here to do a duty, and I wake up and I start going on doing my research and researching dead people, and it's so good because I come from a family from nurses and doctors and teachers and the rest of it. And I will have conversation, and like I'll have this conversation with my niece who's a doctor and my aunt who's a doctor, and they and they said, we really truly believe that there's a soul, because like things, strange things like will happen in the hospital when people are dying, and people will start doing certain things and strange things will happen. And I can remember when my mom died, I had to fly from Europe to America, and I got there the day before she died, and she says, "I pray so much that you will come." I remember she saying that, and her girlfriend who was sitting down there with her, she says, "Yeah, your mother was planning on going on a bus to somewhere." But that was when she was young. So what happened? Because the death of my mother really waked me up and think, I need to do something. I have to do something. I have to let people know what it is. I have to make people know that there is more to life, things that we weren't taught in school. um, went and do research and talk to other people, and now I'm so connected with a group of people, and I'm always doing research because I am about to bring out a book. And this is it. It's because I want people to know that what you see here, it's not what it is. There are so much things that we weren't taught in school. And people laugh at the people with, in 1969, the flower power people. They are the one who knows, because in the 1950s, a group came before who made the way for people like myself who came in the 60s, the late 60s. And then I was born to hear of the fall power, and I'm so happy. I'm just one of those people who are just so happy to born in 1969, because flower power, that was the time when love and peace came back to her, because they had to come to make the way for people like workers like myself and the other thousands of life workers who are here, which I have to do a video on, to explain to people who are white light workers, who are we, why are we here? Because most of us have forgotten why we came to this planet. And people like light workers, indigo kids, rainbow children, children of the light, um, the star seeds, which is the Palladians, and all these others. There's so much species on this earth. There is absolutely so much species, and sometimes um, we forget that when we came in on this earth planet, the frequency on earth, we had forgotten so much things. And I realized in my life, because it was twice that I had a death experience. When I was 8 years old, I got knocked down by a van. I run across the street, and I was in the hospital for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. I will never forget that. So, significant things, traumatic things that happen in our lives, because I slept for 3 days. I was 8 when I got knocked down. It was a September. I was going back to school, and I was so scared of this madman. And from that, my mom took me, and she never let me go with the bus. She always take me in the car. And a lot of people, I'm one of those persons that was so protected, and I always wonder why everybody protects me. And growing up and coming and starting to research things, I understand, because I was a light worker. I was the golden child of the family. In every family, there's a golden child. In every family, there is a way sure. We are the way sure. We are the people who are going to be leaders of the new earth. So, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Do not be afraid of death. There is no death. Your souls move on, and you go and you meet your soul family, and your real family from hurt will come and meet you. Relationships like your husband, your wife, your kids, they will come and meet you if they've gone before you. But um, there is more to life. You are never dead. Your soul is never dead. From the day you are, look at it as you're a spark. You are a spark from Source Creator. We are all like a little star, a little spark from Source Creator. And that's why the sun is Source Creator. And from the sun, we are little sparks that comes off. So we'll never die, because the sun never dies. This is powerful. This video I had to do because I want people to understand, when someone die, do not cry. Please. I know it's hard. I can say it because I cry. I cry when my mom died, and I cry when people die, and I cry when people get married. So, yeah, but after my mom died, there's a lot of stuff that I started researching because I needed answers. And I've always said, I don't know why. I just always go to funerals and I think, why people have to be so dramatic, you know? So I always said, to everyone, I said to my husband and everyone, I said, listen, when I die, I want a big party. Just party. You can play a video of the stupid things that I've done in my life. I have a list of music that I've done that I want to play at my party. And I said, if anyone start talking and giving the speech, especially the speech that they give at these funerals, and what I don't understand is that somebody can be so horrible person, but yet still people give a good speech about them. I said, I don't want that. Don't nobody talk. Just play a video, make a big party, because I hate those dead things that you, and please don't come in black, just don't come in black. And I don't want to be buried because I don't like laying down on my back, and I don't like to be in a box. I want to be cremated. So I am strange, and I don't think it's strange. I just think it's normal, because when you bury people, you put people in a box and then they pile people on top of each other. The only place that I've been to, and which was so beautiful, it was Italy, that they placed them like in a drawer sort of a thing. And I think that is okay, but I still do not want just that box, just the thought of laying down in that box. And I know I'm not there anymore because my soul is already moved on. But just the old idea, and then you have a place where you bury people, and then on top of each other, and people who don't know people. I mean, yeah, sorry, I love my space, but it's so beautiful, and this is why I needed to do this. Don't not be afraid of dying, because we all have to die. We came here just for a time, and yeah, we will come back if we don't do our um, do what we came here to learn. But when people die, I know it's hard to render in, but it's better not to cry, because when you keep on crying, you hold them back to the frequency unheard, and they need to move on, because that is what ascension is. Their ascension is so impact, because ascension is clearing mother earth so that good energy can come. And if you have souls hanging around on the earth, just hanging around and don't want to leave the earth, then mother earth cannot um, rebirth, because what she needs to do now is rebirth. And there's a lot of stories about there's going to be another hurt, and then the people, materialistic people, are going to stay in one, and other people are going to go with a good hurt. But there is just a lot of stuff, because this is why ascension begins this year, because between now and 7 years from now, a lot of stuff are going to open up. We're just going to start understanding each other, because all the old dominant Doran things are going to break down. And then when it breaks down, then we're going to build up again. There's a lot of people who are not accepting it and won't accept that it break down, because money, things like money, and so it's just going to break off. There's not going to be any more money. We are going to build up from Adam and Eve time. We are going to use our skill and ability to prepare for the new earth. And with the new earth, it's going to be like heaven on earth. It's the colors is going to just be much brighter. It's going to be just a powerful, wonderful earth, where only love, peace, and love reside. So if you are not vibrating on the peace and love vibration, you won't be able to enter the phase of the new era, the new earth. Because what is going to happen is that the earth, she is doing a rebirth now. So we have light workers who are here now to clear the energy of earth. And when the energy of earth is cleared, and the pure, clear, crystal, Christ light energy comes back to earth, then we will move on with a heart of peace and love. It's beautiful. I could go on for hours, but I would like to time my videos. But I am available to do workshops, seminars, and personal readings. So please contact us. And if there's any subject, if there's anything you really need to know, mail us, and I'll do a personal video for you. I do personal videos for people too. All right, take care and namaste. Have a nice weekend. Love and peace.